Episode 5, take 2.
Uh-huh.
I love your little mic.
It's nice. Does it look bigger if I...
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
that's our fabulous mic, guys. Hello.
Super high tech.
I'm Monica, and this is Steve, who's joining us
Steve.
today.
I'm just a janitor hanging out over here, make sure production goes well.
That's Kendall.
Better than the first take.
Right.
So we're recording this again because we didn't press play on the video. So it just retake.
But you guys don't know that.
So episode 5, guys, and we invited Steve to join us today. He graduated from 200-hour teacher training, and just a couple weeks ago. I don't even know what we're in March, so February, and we asked him to join us in this session. And before we go there, I want to address coronavirus, and we've had the alert from UVA. They're canceling classes indefinitely until further notice, and we wanted to let you know all the precautions that we take in the studio. We did have a blog about it last week, but there's new developments, and we want to keep you updated. So as of today, we're not doing any more hands-on adjustments. So we're taking away the rocks, and make sure that you wash your hands before class, you wash your hands after class. And we have a lot of room in the studio. We have been actually for quite a bit of time allowing less people in the room. That way it makes your practice super comfortable. Make sure that you just setting up yourself kind of like in an even distribution throughout the room, and so everything gets clean, everything gets wiped, and Envirox solutions.
And just we have, like Monica said, Envirox solution that has a hydrogen peroxide mix into it as well, which we spray on the door handles of the studios, we spray it on the locker handles, we spray it on the toilets, we mop the floor with it between each class, we spray it on all the blocks in between every single class, and so it literally kills everything. So between every single class, everything gets wiped down clean, and we've been doing that for 4 years now.
We have been doing it.
Just know that these processes have already been put in place, so the studio it's a clean, safe place.
Additionally, we do have a really hot heating system that heats up to.
It goes not in the room, guys. I don't want to scare anybody that we have a room itself that's 160 or 70 degrees, but the heating system itself, as it's putting the air into the duct and filters it back into the room, that air comes in around 160-ish degrees, which is enough to just about kill anything.
You're clean.
It gets hot. It gets hot in the hot room. Not that hot.
Not that hot. No. We know we're a very controlled environment, and we're always recycling the air too. And so we want you to know that we're also, if you're having concerns with your health or you have a suppressed immune system, that we are exploring ways to deliver classes to you remotely. And so there'll be more information about that coming up soon.
Yeah, so just keep your eye out for online classes, things like that too.
Yep. And now for real, why Steve is here joining us today. Besides, he has an amazing voice, and
and a really awesome yoga practice.
Not so much the face, but the voice. Hello.
We had the privilege of spending 200 hours with Steve from the fall until graduation, and we do a lot of internal work besides working the postures or the asana part of yoga, and we wanted to just ask him a couple of questions about his process and what this teacher training meant, or kind of how
his experience.
Yeah, exactly. So my question is, what is your biggest takeaway from this program?
It was great. I would say the biggest takeaway. Can I say all of it? Because I'll say that not as a way to avoid answering the question, but I really bought in from the very beginning the holistic approach, the kind of the way it was constructed, that we're doing, obviously breaking down the poses, but also so much about the wisdom teachings and the anatomy and physiology, the learning from and learning with my fellow students. And so it's funny, if my friends were here, they'd be rolling their eyes, because they've heard me say for decades that how much I believe in the interconnectedness of life and how the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. Based on the brochure, I bought what you were selling from the very beginning. I had high expectations, and I will say that far exceeded my expectations. So I think again, not to avoid answering with a specific takeaway, but all of it, just the holistic approach. I love it.
Thank you, Steve. We keep refining what we do, and so part of this is to brainstorm ideas on how to make things better and improve and keep growing as a community. So this is one of our mission statements is to grow and foster growth. And we introduced in his teacher training the Practicum, and so very early on we welcome an exploration of within an actual life class. And can you tell us a little bit where you are in your Practicum experience?
Oh yeah, sure. And I didn't realize it was new. That's
That
great.
was new.
I'm a big fan. So it's structured with a 6-step process. 2 steps of observing, a couple steps of assisting, and then building a step and then teaching it. And I think it's a great way to kind of get comfortable, see behind the curtain of, obviously as students, we, it's all presented right there in front of us, but I think it's so valuable to see what really goes on for all the production behind the scenes. So it's been great. So I've completed step 4 of 6. So I still need to build my step and then teach it.
You're teaching it tonight.
Oh,
Yes.
surprise!
We're dropping him
Surprise,
in.
Bill. Yeah.
And last but not least, if you were to give us suggestions on how to continue to refine this, do you have any suggestion for us as to going forward?
Not really. I mean, obviously, I'm a big fan. I'm drinking the Kool-Aid over here, but so and not necessarily anything that needs to be improved. But we talked during our teacher training about the different potential formats, about whether to some teacher trainings are spread over. Ours was 8 weekends throughout the fall and spring, or fall and winter. And versus a kind of more intense retreat-like experience,
Mm-hmm.
and I think there are probably pros and cons of each. I've wondered aloud to myself whether maybe for my 300 hour, when the time comes,
like 10 days in a row, blocked off somewhere in Mexico.
Exactly. Sounds great. So not necessarily suggestion for improvement.
It's a thought. It's
I'm
like.
intrigued.
And what we've created in our modules and setting up to make it really fluid in people's lives so they can drop in and out. They take one module, and then you have the next module that comes right up, or you have that optional one that you can start, kind of like we did with South Padre Island, which was an optional one, which was kind of like a treat, 10 days in a row, but it's just, the 10 days of that 200 hours, so you have another 10 days later, or they just drop back into one of those 4-weekend type of modules. So that's a thought that we can put out there.
I'm on it, guys. We're going somewhere after all this goes down and everybody's kind of.
If you haven't noticed, the woman
Healthy.
does not stop creating. Well, we're always bouncing ideas off each other, but we're always trying to refine and get better, which is why we ask these questions, because you don't know until you ask, and then you're like, oh, here's an idea, and then something's birthed.
Yeah. And again, as part of this brainstorming, we are always wanting to help, and we want to create a community that grows. And so for this teacher training that starts in March, we were able to pair our half scholarship which is $1,500 that one of our students is paying towards teacher training, and we're pairing that with a person that is in financial need for medical reasons. And so this program now we want to make that as a staple going forward in all
Every
the teacher
time.
trainings. And so there's a more formal process. We need you, our community, to nominate people that have a need in their lives. It doesn't have to be medical. It could be anything. But
Tell us their story. Tell us what's going on. Tell us, where they are in their journey. Why they may need $1,500, because we're not doing any part of it. We're doing all of it to this one person in need. And so you can help us by sending us these people so we can give back to them.
absolutely.
Sounds wonderful.
Yeah, we're so excited. And not only that the trainee is doing the teacher training for themselves, but then they're also doing it for the person they're helping. It makes my heart so full. So there'll be a link under here and also under our teacher training page so you can nominate someone in your community.
So please send nominations, send people in.
Yes. What else, Kendall?
Oh, don't you have class coming up tomorrow?
We have
No, Friday.
Friday. Yes, I have Nudasana, females only, and no guys allowed.
We have our own. It's going to be on the 27th. We know how to fun too.
And if you've been coming on the fence about it, what we are providing is a healing place and safe environment that you can feel comfortable and that the focus of the practice is the asana, it is the yoga, and it is also the takeaway, all the wisdoms that comes with it. So if there's a question about the purpose around it, know that it is the yoga.
And just to throw in there too, real quick, I was really scared when I taught the first one. It's a very vulnerable place to be in, I might say, but I gotta tell you, not if freeness is a word, but when I got out of class, I felt so powerful and strong and like nothing would hold me back. I was like, I just did that. It was, it actually came up this weekend because I pulled old Kendall out of the closet and I had a cowboy hat on and a handlebar mustache. And we went out with some friends and just had fun. I remember getting out in the car for a second. I was like, and I saw all these people standing around. And I was like, my head dropped a little bit. I'm like, oh, I feel embarrassed. And then I was like, wait, I taught a new yoga class. Screw this.
A little attitude readjustment.
Yeah.
Join me this Friday. Next week we also have our 4th anniversary, and we're celebrating with a sound bath and the link also of registration. Please register ahead of time. We do expect having limited space in the room, and instruments from different cultures, super relaxed, chilled class, a lot of breath work and just restorative. You're laying on the floor.
They call it a sound bath for a reason. Just like water versus over the skin, you can feel the vibrations from the instruments literally moving through your body. It is a super chill experience that helps you really drop in. So we hope to see you there.
Are you gonna be there, Steve?
I'll be there.
I won't be there.
Austin should. I'll see you there.
Where are you gonna be?
It's my week in Charlotte. I am sad.
So sad.
Don't you schedule these things?
I do. Just the way things like
I will be
life
there.
goes. Kendall will be there. What else?
300 hour?
300 hour. Yes, the program is there. We're launching in April, and we're starting with a chakra system and then advanced anatomy. And this advanced anatomy is about the energetic body, and also how that energetic body, it lights up the posture. So it's super interesting, different focus from the regular anatomy that you may be used to.
Yeah, and also how your biography of your life actually translates into how your body is formed and all the stuff that you carry with you and that change. Because at some point you can really start changing your own DNA.
Ooh, tell me more.
Well, that would be in the future training.
Oh, darn.
Must be present to win.
Must be present to win. Thank you guys for listening, for your suggestions, and we look forward to meeting you. We haven't yet met you, and thanks everyone.
Send those nominations.
Hi, Elements family. If you don't know us, we are a niche fitness studio in Charlottesville, Virginia. On Air is our blog podcast about studio happenings, collaborations, and education about our programming. We want to share with you our process and how we curate our content to serve our amazing community. Come take a peek behind the scenes.